For our next hat pick, two young men ruin hockey. So the teleprompter is set to John Tortorella. Can you put my script up? Hat Picks! Hey everyone, Steve Dangle here, and welcome to another edition of Steve's Hat Picks, where we take a look at the best from around the NHL over the past week. Why is it called Steve's Hat Picks? Because a few years ago, producer Drew asked me to come up with the name, and I was like, I don't know, hat pick. It sounds like hat trick, and we're picking the videos, and I don't know, I'm not gonna lie, we didn't anticipate having to do this for this long and you enjoying it. I mean, we hoped. But dude, I didn't know. I might have called it something else if I knew. But now it's hat picks. Obviously, this video is going to be mostly All-Star stuff, but there's some regular season NHL action in there as well, leading up to the All-Star break. Goals that count! And we start with the Calgary Flames and Dallas Stars. Boy, Dallas has been involved in some carnivals this season, and the Calgary Flames started red hot, and then they cooled down for a while, and they're slowly burning back. They were down to Dallas in this game, came back, and decided it wasn't good enough. They wanted to take the lot with quite the hat pick of a goal.
And all he could do is poke it to the corner as the power play comes to an end. Here comes Lindholm. It's a 2-on-1. Shillington out of the box. Gets it across to Anderson. Shillington scores! Shillington out of the penalty box to the back of the net. And the Flames go on top 4-3.
How many consecutive passes tape to tape was that, Rick, after Shillington came out of the penalty box? 5 or 6? That's exactly how you draw it up. Rasmus Anderson, quick up to Johnny Gaudreau. Now he joins the rush. Watch Lindholm over to Shillington. It's going to come back to Rasmus Anderson. I've lost count, but that's 5, 6, or 7 perfect passes. And Ottinger had no chance on that. That is absolutely beautiful.
6 passes led to one of the best passing play goals we've seen this entire season, including both Flames defensemen, because why not? Oliver Shillington gets the goal on this one, but that is a great example of why the scoreboard is the team's logo. Unbelievable team effort and fantastic result for the Flames. That's a hat pick. For our next hat pick, noted All-Star Nazem Kadri, who, can you believe that he wasn't in it, like, automatically? The fact he would even have to wait a day or two. He's on pace to, like, I don't know, break Gretzky's record. I haven't checked in a while. He eventually did get into the All-Star game, and you can see why with this beautiful goal. So much patience.
Kadri got a stick on it. Long wrist shot. Deflected wide by Kadri. So he's parking himself down deep. Is 91. Good play there by the youngster Boyd. Stolen away. Kadri walks in. A backhand opportunity. And he scores! Nazem Kadri did it again. The All-Star gets to 60 points on the season.
Kadri had 2 other nice plays to score on that. Both passes from Cale Makar, but here he steals the puck. A bit of a rookie move, a young move, and he just outweights Wedgwood. This is confidence right here. You know you're playing at the top of your game. No panic, no on the ice, hold, just like Braveheart the other night when Mikko Rantanen did it. All the patience in the world, and then he goes top shelf.
Do you know how on one, how locked in, how dialed in you have to be to have that kind of patience, that kind of poise in a National Hockey League game? Ooh, I could do that. Yeah? 20,000 people screaming at you to shoot, and you don't? And that's why you don't succumb to peer pressure, kids. Fantastic goal from Nazem Kadri. You can see why producer Drew wanted it in there, although I feel like I should probably point out that at the end of this game, the Colorado Avalanche ended their home winning streak. Oh, I'm not overblowing the 4-1 lead. Sorry, but I'm not. What do you mean, what? The Colorado won! Anyway, it's a good goal from former Maple Leaf. It's still, yeah, I'm upset about that too. That's a hat pick. For our next hat pick, before we get into the All-Star action, Daniel Sprong. Very interesting player in this league. He doesn't score all the time, but when he does, it seems to end up in hat picks. Check out this ridiculousness, and for bonus points, he knocks over Tom Wilson.
Malkin trying to be the first player in. Drag it away from Carlson. Doesn't quite work. Off the stick to Sprong. Sprong eases it down the boards, catches up to it. Sprong toward the net. He scores! Daniel Sprong, a beautiful individual effort. 41.3 to go in the second. We are tied at 3.
Likely the last couple of years. Here it is. He's going to chip the puck by Ruhwedel and skate around Chad Ruhwedel. Can't interfere with him. And then he uses that speed and his right-handed shot. He's able to cut to the middle of the ice there. He collides with Wilson after the puck goes in. But that's a power move by Daniel Sprong.
You know what? Clean hit. Sheesh, Daniel Sprong. Less than a minute to go in the second period, the Pittsburgh Penguins with the 3-2 lead over the Washington Capitals, and Daniel Sprong says, no, this won't do. And he's got the puck, but Chad Ruhwedel is guarding him, and don't worry, guys, I got this, I very don't got this! As Sprong turnstiles Ruhwedel, he gets interfered with, and they're gonna call a penalty. But he simply continues to gronk towards the net. Nothing could stop him. His own teammates couldn't stop him, including noted All-Star Tom Wilson. Yeah, I know, of all the guys on the Caps. Oh, I'm kidding, relax. Watch the celly. He just bowls Wilson over, and Wilson, he's having fun with it, and then Sprong just leaves. He's too busy celebrating. Dude, check on him. Man, that guy's really wrapped up in his goal. That's a hat pick. All right, now for the All-Star action. Who do you expect me to talk about when it comes to the All-Star game? This player was involved in a goal where a puck was flipped over the net and then it was batted in, right? Okay, we'll both say it at the same time. 3, 2, 1, Gritty.
Barnican looking. No one there to help him. He's back there in Gretzky's office. Oh, look at this pass. There's a shot. Wow! A laser from Gritty. Shot, wow!
That's actually sick. Look at the placement on this shot. That's a dart. And you know what? Gritty's the one who buries it, but let's not take any points away from Spartacat, who does the dish again. -1 for the bounce, but it's still a great pass. And Gritty, he can sing, he can dance, and he can do this too. Is there anything Gritty can't do? No, that's a hat pick. Now, our first hat pick from NHL players at the All-Star game, always underrated, Cam Talbot.
Apparently he can't hear us. Oh, what a something. Oh, what a save. Another brilliant stop. Cam Talbot's got the save of the day.
Here's the score. Cam Talbot keeps that way with a great stop of Dylan Larkin. The rebound pops out to Rasmus Dahlin of the Buffalo Sabres. Talbot spins, stretch, left pad save.
Listen, I think we all look forward to the All-Star game, and hey, are we going to see something interesting? But for players who play for your team, you're thinking one thing. Don't get hurt! Especially the goalies, my goodness. Don't go pulling your groin, Minnesota Wild need this guy. Talbot says, groin be darned, I'm going to stop this thing. Twice! Dylan Larkin and Rasmus Sandin can't believe their eyes. Cam Talbot. That's a hat pick. A couple of them. A hat pick from the skills competition. I'm going to give the Bellagio Fountain a hat pick. Listen, the NHL All-Star game, we know the staples. Accuracy, fastest skater, hardest shot. Those are all must-watch and all fun. But the NHL is always finagling with it and trying to figure stuff out. Like the last All-Star game, I was actually there. I was in St. Louis, and remember they had players standing on a platform, and they tried to fire it into nets, and it was worth certain points for this net and certain points for that net. It's a cool idea, and there were some nostalgia pops, wrestling style. Brett Hull comes out, we went Blues. Actually, geez, had the Blues even won the cup by that point? Man, that was a long time ago. This is seriously the first All-Star game it's impossible. Oh my gosh. Well, anyway, I was there, and I can tell you, that event sucked. Then I heard about the Bellagio Fountain thing, and I'm like, that sounds like the same crappy event, but harder to do. And I gotta say, it ruled. Felt bad for the guys who went early on, like Jonathan Huberdeau, not knowing how to do this thing that's literally never been done before. But the more I watch it, the more I'm like, oh, I think a defenseman would be good at this because it's essentially just long sauce passes. Some were shots, but even those were long distance. Sure enough, Roman Josi and Zach Werenski rock it, and they end up as the final two. Zach Werenski wins, and I gotta say, and the way it was chopped up and it was sped up, that's a hat pick. That's a good event. Only thing I would change about it, why do they have to activate the pucks? No. I'm busy enough trying to score in the thing. Don't make me activate it. All I learned from that is there's a dollar store down the street from the Bellagio. I think with this event, the NHL took something that was not very good at all, did it again anyway, and improved on it. That's a hat pick. Another event I liked, and another one that could have been awful, was 21 in 22. It's essentially playing blackjack. Not essentially, it is playing blackjack, but with shots. This event was entertaining too. The only thing I would change about it, and I think we discovered, it was too easy. Even if some guys didn't do so hot on their first shot, they dialed in like, I only have an 8, and they would figure it out, and every competitor ended up with 21. Idea for next year, the cards got to be smaller. Or maybe not smaller, but all different sizes. Like some were the big Bristol board size and others were like actual like deck card size. And the hat pick in the final, Steven Stamkos versus Joe Pavelski, a rematch of the 2020 Stanley Cup final, and Joe Pavelski wins the first ever 21-22. So one won a Stanley Cup and the other one this, and so now they're even. Well, that's not how that works. That's not how that works. Still, I like the event and there's potential there. That's a hat pick. For our next hat pick, two young men ruin hockey. So the teleprompter is set to John Tortorella. Can you put my script up? Okay. Hey, for our next hat pick, Jack Hughes and Trevor Zegras do fun things. We'll start with Jack Hughes' magic trick.
Yeah. You know, these two guys have been working together.
Judges, pay attention here.
It's a little David Copperfield influence.
Hey, it's Vegas. You never know what you're going to get, right?
If we did a competition for goal celebrations, Jack Hughes might have the winner already this year when he won in overtime and threw a stick in the stands.
It was a beauty, wasn't it?
Unbelievable.
You got the cape on, you got the top hat. That's perfect right there, you guys. Center ice, magic box. What's going to happen here?
I need an instruction manual for this one, guys.
It's an elaborate setup.
Yeah, nothing in the box.
Let's see his presentation here.
Just
Okay.
like any magician, he's showing us that the box is empty. What do you got here? You got a mini stick. Mini stick, very good. Small stick, put that in the box. A mini glove, it's nice.
Don't mean to be the spoiler alert, but there's a hole in the ice underneath the box.
A little mini devil coming out.
Yes, that's small equipment.
You need two gloves, two mini gloves. Closing up the box, that's nice. Magic happening.
Okay, 3 times around the box.
Abracadabra.
Let's see what's in the box. Oh! It's Mini Jack Hughes!
It is a Mini Jack Hughes.
Wow!
And a Hughes spinorama
The
with a
stick's
stick
got to
over
be
the
going.
crowd.
Yeah, there you go.
He cloned himself. He just cloned himself on national TV.
Mini Jack Hughes!
Okay, that's really cool. But, and this might be a Tort's take, generally, I think during the NHL skills competition, using a kid in your skills thing is cheating. Because if you pick someone else, you're voting against a kid, you monster! But I gotta say, the lead up to it is great. The move from the kid is wonderful. And can we look at how in sync the stick into the stands is? Look at this, look at it. It's like an Olympic event. That's amazing. That might be the most impressive part. Great goal, great idea. It's difficult to come up with creative things that have never been done in the All-Star Skills competition. I think Jack Hughes did it. That's a hat pick. And finally, I think you could have guessed we were going to go with this one. My favorite and John Hamm's least favorite move from all of All-Stars weekend, Trevor Zegras, you mutant.
In fact, the biggest crowd they ever had was in a game she played. And I think this is going to be a lot of fun. Here's Trevor Zegras with a ode to dodgeball.
Well, there's a reason Trevor is here, and this is very much all about what he is. He's done some amazing things in this young man's career.
You can dodge a wrench. You can dodge a ball.
We're going to do the blindfold trick. Here we go. Jimmy, put a blindfold on.
Get some help from his teammate.
It's a little bit more interesting.
It's a bold strategy, Simmer. Let's see if it works out.
Dodgeball action. Let's get some mascots out here with some dodgeballs. What do you say?
So apparently there's going to be, oh, here we go. The mascot's coming out to try and distract. Look out. Wow.
Are you kidding me?
Well, that was more Guy Lafleur than Pete Lafleur, wasn't it?
Judges, what do you have to say about that?
I don't know what just happened, but that was really cool.
Well, the kid he's got incredible skills, and there's the numbers, 9s and 10s all around. He got there so quickly they didn't even get the dodgeballs out to get him in time.
I was going to say, that's why he has to be here, isn't it?
He's trying to work the judges a little bit too. He's right over and he's like, what are you guys giving me? Just a little kid. He's just a kid having fun that loves the game still. I know there's been a lot of debate about his skill set and some of the things he's trying to pull off, but you look at the smile on his face right now. This kid just loves hockey.
That is unbelievable.
Well, and so how many kids for the next couple of weeks are going to be trying that?
What do you say? What do you say? What should I say? Put something on the teleprompter that adequately describes it's terrible for them. That's torts again! So here's the wild thing. I don't know if you were tweeting at people or hanging out with friends while you were watching this. A lot of the conversation was Trevor Zegras legitimately blindfolded? Like, could he or couldn't he see? Because he swears up and down that he was actually blindfolded and couldn't see anything. I'm gonna throw it out there that he's still a mutant even if he could see, because it's not like he would have been able to see great. Like, it's still a piece of cloth covering his eyes. If you granted me immortality and left me on a never melting sheet of ice, I wouldn't be able to pull this off in hundreds of years. And he did it blindfolded? Like at the KHL All-Star Skills Competition, they do some wild stuff. They set sticks on fire. If I remember correctly, Vladimir Tarasenko did this thing where he had the puck literally on a string on his stick. Look at this! It looks like the thing is actually taped to his stick. How? And if you watch closely enough, if you watch closely enough, I'm squeaking. If you watch closely enough, he actually gets hit with a dodgeball here, like right on the stick. Look at this. How does he do this? How? You mutants. It's the best thing and the most fun thing, and we need to name and shame all the judges who gave this anything less than 11. You. Paul Coffey should be taken out of the Hall of Fame. This is a John Tortorella conspiracy, how dare you? But for me, Trevor Zegras, you alien from space. That's a hat pick. So, did we miss anything? Leave a comment in the comment box down below. It was All-Star Weekend. I'm sure we did. For now, that is it for this one. Thank you very much for watching. Click like if you liked this video. Click subscribe if you really liked it. Tell your friends. Now, it's the race to the trade deadline. These games count for realsies. 9. Man.